not that big a deal. So I look a mess, but maybe that's okay. I wasn't gonna upload anything because really I don't have the time right now and I don't want to look a mess on camera. But if I'm gonna upload something, if I want to share my opinion, then I should just get it over with and upload it to my YouTube, because for me the date really kind of matters. It's November 9th, 2016. Right now it's 3:06 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. So, I mean, I know essentially it's all just a fucking, like, most of it's, like, I don't know, is it real? Is it rigged? Is it all just an illusion? But either way, I might get a lot of hate for this, but I voted Trump, and I was gonna make a video yesterday, but again, I decided not to, but it kept eating away at me, and I was like, I have to make a video because, you know, this could be 4 to 8 years, and this is not like another year is gonna pass, you know, another November is gonna come around and I can just do this next year. I can do a bunch of other videos next year. I can do a bunch of other videos for 4 years, 8 years. People are gonna be screaming, not 8 years, but, you know, people are saying really disgusting things. They're saying, or it's like, you know, presidency is not permanent. Taking somebody's life is permanent, and that's really sick to say. It's only gonna be 4 to 8 years. Did I say 6 years? Four to 8 years, like, seriously. Anyway, enough with the racist propaganda crap. Oh my god, sexual harassment. Big fucking deal. Come on. Presidency is not permanent, and more importantly, questions for each state. I can argue, I can do the conspiracy thing about whether our vote matters. I personally think voting matters because of questions. I'm like, you know, the questions every year, well, not obviously you don't vote. Well, for some things you do.
For, you know, your townspeople and stuff. But anyway, voting does matter, even if it's not, you know, every time we need a new president. You have things going on in your city and in your state, so you should know things that affect your lives. But
Pot is legal. That is awesome. This history. I have seen some amazing things happen in my lifetime. My state legalized gay marriage when I was in school. I've seen a black president. I think we'll still see a woman come into presidency, you know, just not this time around. And this was really fun. And now we have legal recreational marijuana. I personally don't get to enjoy it as much as I would have if I was younger. You know, my life is, I have a different life now, so I don't have just nothing to do.
so I'm not just going to sit around and, you know, smoke all day, totally. That's not totally going to be what I do. So I'm just really happy about this. I voted yes across the board. I'm really happy about the animal rights and getting them out of small confinements. That really made me pleased. So yeah, these are just some ideas and opinions I had. And did we just meme a president in? Is that what just happened? No, that can't be what happened. It can't be because of the meme magic. Meme magic isn't, nah. Damn, people are mad though. People are so mad.
That looks like, I look terrible. So, I forgot to also add in, but I really wanted to mention this because, you know, but by the time it was time to vote in my state, at least, the other parties weren't anywhere near. They were very far from. And I know people say, oh, you shouldn't feel like you're throwing your vote away, you know. Your vote is your personal choice. You don't have to tell people. You don't have to, you know, it's your choice. If you want to vote for somebody who's like nowhere near, that's fine. It's completely fine. People were for the TPP, and Trump wasn't. So I'll put my opinion, my preference, my choice. I have no problem letting people know that. I'm not really feeling really creative today. I'm not really, you know, at the best that I could be. And I'm not a political guru. I really don't know a lot about politics, but the TPP it seemed really destructive, and that kind of really swayed me in the end. Like, last minute choice, a vote for Trump was a vote against Hillary, and he's against the TPP. I mean, for me, that's like since ACTA and CISPA, like all these things we're trying to pass over the last 10, what's it been? Like 6 to 10 years. And I've seen a lot of scary things come into, like, they try to pass and they would knock it out. I mean, like, we're talking a couple times they wanted to knock our internet into tiers, where imagine you got a bill from your ISP. I have Comcast. I don't know what you have, but you would get a bill that said, well, you know, these are the tiers of internet available that you're allowed to use. You went on a network, you use these other websites. If you're even allowed to go to other websites that's not on your tiers, much like, you know, they wanted to hack it up like cable. That's not the TPP, but the TPP allows corporations to have a lot more power than they should. Again, I'm not like articulate person. Is that the word I'm looking for? I have a hard time conveying the point I want. I'm not a great orator, so I'm not going to sit here and say every little pinpoint, but from what I've learned, it looked really destructive, and that my personal choice is not for the TPP. Yeah, and there's a couple others. So I really wasn't for Gary Johnson or Jill Stein because they were for the TPP. And but the questions in my state were very important to me. Ultimately, the presidency was just kind of there. It was part of it. I went there for the questions in the state. I went there to vote yes on number 4 for Massachusetts. So, and the animals, get them out of small confinement. So presidency was just there. So everybody getting really salty and mad, it was just part of the ballot for me. I liked Bernie Sanders, but when I realized, now I have a friend that tells me it's a lot more, the whole Bernie Sanders thing is a lot more complicated than I understand, but I don't really care to understand any further because the whole thing's over.